Hello there, good folks watching the daily vlog. Welcome to day 46. Last night I did try to go to bed early, around 7ish, and then 8ish, and then I did kind of wake up, around 10:30. I wouldn't say wake up per se because I didn't truly sleep, but I just got a bit hungry because I had a very early dinner, and then I went down. I had some food, I had some dosas, some peanuts, multiple dosas. I think there was regular dosa and then rava dosa, regular accompaniments like sambar, chutneys, and I also squeezed in multiple ice cream bars and some masala peanuts if I'm right. Usually midnight cravings, we've kind of discussed this already. These are kind of signs that, there are certain elements that your body is finding discomfort with to the point where it's kind of really craving that food, or it could just mean you have a terrible relationship with food. If you remember vlog 18, I discussed how taking this huge 2-year break messed up my relationship with food. I was able to handle clients with relationships with food, but I never had time to actually fix my own because of this huge derail I had taken. So I discussed how we'll also be fixing that. And people who have terrible relationship with food usually cannot stop when they have a craving. Have you heard stories where people are sick to their stomach? They're so full up to the brim, but they can't stop eating. They have to keep shoveling the food down the gullet to the point where, the bowl has to be completely empty or they can't get up. It doesn't matter whether they are full or not. I was actually able to stop eating after a certain point. I did discuss in vlog 18 how we'll be fixing our relationship with food, and that's exactly what we're doing. The body is kind of starting to face a little discomfort with the diet and nutrition because this is the leanest I've ever been since we started the prep. I don't know if that is translating on camera because I'm using multiple lenses for different shots and that has different levels of compression. I usually do a mirror check-in as well, apart from just the scale. And looking at all of that and looking how my clothes fit, this is the leanest so far. The scale is yet to catch up. This is something we call as a scale lag. I don't know if we call it. I call it like that. I termed it for myself. The scale lag will usually catch up to the physique. So coming off of that, we have an off day ahead of us. I think I'll probably do just 2 meals because my appetite is nowhere close to feeling hungry because of what we had last night. We planned for this. We planned that such cravings might come and we kind of take some precautions ahead and plan the nutrition accordingly. So it's fine. The main problem is a lot of people when they have cravings, they kind of just feel like everything is done and they kind of let go once they've indulged in the craving. No, you can still indulge in your cravings if you plan ahead to the point where it can actually delay your progress by a little, but it cannot break your progress. And these are things we have to handle because if we don't handle these cravings, if we don't give in to them a little bit and habituate the body to be able to stop eating or reduce the total volume that goes in every time you have a craving and indulge, in the future when you get completely lean, all you need is like 3 or 4 cravings and your physique is gone. Literally. That is why you need to listen to your body as well as try to keep it on the optimal path towards your goal. Lovely. Some work, some editing, a lot of editing actually, except with the headache. I truly couldn't do any editing. I barely did like 2 clips and then I just shut down the timeline. Cool. It's a little past evening right now. What do you expect? It's an off day. I did have 1 meal though before this. It was just a regular veg meals from a restaurant. We all got a takeaway today because the chef was on holiday. Usual vegetables, rice, sambar, rasam, more korbe. I have been snacking on cheese blocks though through the day and a few slices. That's the only protein we've got. We might have to do a buttload of egg whites later tonight, but now we are on the way to grab something. Say it's late, it's a weekend and stores are usually closed. It's usually the malls and the fun places that are open, but Madurai is the hub. There's a reason we call it Tunga Nagaram. It's because every raw material, stuff like pipes and metal rods and sheets, not the stuff that we would generally go out shopping for, that, in my opinion, if I'm right, gets around through Madurai, which happens to be the central hub, which is actually something I knew very late in life. I grew up in Madurai. Randomly, out of the blue, I think one of the nights I was just going out. It was really, really late, and then I was going through the town area. If you've been to Madurai, you know what I'm talking about. And everything was turned on. No one sleeps. Literally, this is Tunga Nagaram. Nobody sleeps, man. And then when I inquire around and, generally we talk with the folks, right? People are like, this is actually where, a lot of raw materials actually get around Tamil Nadu from. And, it's hard to know because we generally, like I initially said, don't go shopping for hardware, right? We just, one random day a pipe's broken, we go to the closest hardware shop and buy it. But, that's the beauty of being a Maduraiite. You happen to live in the hustle and bustle, in the beauty of the chaos. And now, let's go buy some essentials. I think I'm gonna go just get a few locks for home. So hopefully the stores are open. The problem is the retail shops will obviously close, but the market will kind of, stay bustling through the night. It's a beautiful sight to watch. Sri Krishna Sweets. Hardware kadai thavara ella kadayum thorndirukku. Vasantankollam thorndirukku. If you ever come to Madurai and if you're you're new here, you want to try Jigadanda, try in the original shop. It's called Famous. There's one next to I think the area is called Nelpete, if I'm right. So try that. There's multiple copycats. Not that they are bad, but that is the best if you're a first timer. Even that guy has franchises, But even them, I've heard it's not that great as the original store in itself. You know, whenever you make something into a corporate, the creativity just vanishes and, you know, the originality dissipates a little. And that's normal, you know, people always want a large scale. You can't do anything about it. That is some good tea. I actually have crossed this area so many times, but then I never stop here. I think it's called Sri Gauri. Sri Gauri Tea and Snacks here. And this is perhaps, you know, the sadness that there's no hardware store open, sadly for retail. Figured I'll enjoy some tea. That is very good. Too sugary though. There actually used to be a time when, you know, when you vlog in public, people usually stop and stare at what's happening. And now everyone's a vlogger, right? Like, I mean, everyone's like filming videos and trying to upload on YouTube and social media and content. So it's become very common, and it's just, you know, not so awkward to run around with a camera in front of your face. It used to be terribly awkward back in 2016. Not just in India, like everywhere. Side note, always sit and drink liquids, yeah? It's better for you. Totally forgot I was filming, I was just sipping my tea. But that's the culture, you know, whenever you go to a tea shop, people are always standing and having tea, yeah? So I just got carried away. I actually make it a point to always have liquids when I'm sitting down. Eating, obviously, we, you know, eat sitting down. You can look up the research though on Google, like sitting down and having liquids. It's a hit and miss, you know, it depends on what type of person you are. If someone who likes reading research papers on academic studies, it's for you. Tea ஆறி போச்சு. இதுக்கு தான் வீடியோ எடுக்காம டீ குடிக்கணும். எள்ளுன்னா எல்லாமே போட்டுருக்குமா இல்லை எள்ளு மட்டும் தானே? சாதா வேணாம், இது கொடுங்க. சாதா எப்பயும் சாப்பிட்றது தானே? இஞ்சி தொக்கும் கேட்டாங்களா? சரி, இது கொடுத்துருங்க. இருங்க, சில்லறையே இருக்கேன்ட்ட. கவர் வேண்டாம். Thanks. Okay, so just had a conversation with Mum. I think she wanted some rice accompaniments, basically garlic, dried garlic powder. I think dried ginger. It's almost like a paste. I think they've probably infused it with oil. And some yellow idli podi, basically sesame seed flavored idli powder as an accompaniments for idlis or dosas or tiffins. Lovely. Should we turn this into a food review? I mean, I do enjoy food reviews, but I don't like to always do it because as a fitness influencer or just someone who's a coach, sorry, that sensor is really loud. As a coach, I always want to recommend people to eat primarily at home whenever they would want to, you know, just for health purposes, not just aesthetics. So being a food reviewer will kind of, you know, contradict that is what I believe, but occasionally I will throw it in. I know it's that type of content that people love to watch all the time. So for the sake of that, and if I can throw in some infotainment into it and not just a fun video would be boring, right? Something that kind of has a takeaway for you. I'll probably figure out something like that and maybe execute a nice food review. Until then, it's going to be transformation vlogs. Home sweet home. We are literally on the edge. Gonna need a bigger pan as I shoot up the egg white load through the weeks. So we're gonna couple that with two types of chicken curry. This is probably a spicy kind, a regular kind. We did get our veggies in the afternoon. You know, I had veg meals, I wasn't able to show it. So there's that. We did hit our micronutrition target for the day as well. Lovely. So that is going to be our final meal of the day. Wrapping the off day, midweek. Tomorrow we get back. I think it's a full session if I'm right. After so long, I've actually gone out and had outside tea and enjoyed it because I'm usually stuck inside with my work. Nice. Now,